Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the video with me, Joe. And in this video, we're going to learn from Unit 2 of our course book with theme Living Creatures, right? And in this video, I'm about to show you 3 main topics to be studied. And I'm going to show it soon. But before that, I would like to ask you a question about the theme Living Creatures, right? So, we're all living creatures, humans, animals, plants. So, do you believe in immortality? Is there such thing as immortality? Living forever? Really? Well, actually, there are immortal creatures out there. Now, find out about them and let me know during a Zoom meeting. We'll discuss about them and I'm gonna give you special marks for it. Okay, so right now, let's get started to our main topics. Here we go. Now, let's talk about adverbs then. Adverbs can be put at the beginning, middle or the end of the sentence or phrase. What about the types and functions? Well, let's see. Number 1, adverbs of manner. Adverbs of manner describe verbs. They tell how something happens. For example, how do I write? I write quickly. So the adverb here is quickly. The word quickly as adverb describes how I write. Right? Remember, not all adverbs of manner end in ly. The other adverbs of manner are called irregular ones. For example, fast, hard, straight, lively, late, well, daily, early, and friendly. Let's see the type number 2 along with the function. It is called as adverb of time. Adverbs of time describe verbs as well. They tell when something happens. For example, when did you write? I wrote it yesterday. So yesterday here is the time, adverb of time. Other examples of time, adverbs of time are tomorrow, 2 days ago, soon, next week, last week, on Sunday, and the other. Now let's see number 3. It is called as adverb of place. It talks about place. Adverbs of place describe verbs also. They tell where something happens. For example, where did you write? Well, I wrote in the library. So in the library here is the place or adverb of place. There are other examples of adverbs of place, like here, there, in the school, at home, and so many examples. You can find it yourself. Let's see number 4 here. It is called as adverb of reason. Yeah, you see reason, right? So it tells why something happens, or reason. For example, like this one. Why did you write? Well, I wrote because it was my assignment. I had to write. Adverbs of reason can be using the word therefore, hence, because, so, so that, accidentally, since, and the other. Now, Let's see number 5, the fifth type of it, and the function. It is called as adverb of frequency. Adverbs of frequency describe verbs. They tell how often something happens. The adverbs of frequency are always, usually, often, rarely, generally, sometimes, seldom, never. So those are types of adverbs that describe verbs. There is also adverb that describes verbs, adjectives, and adverb. It is called as adverb of degree. Adverb of degree tells about the degree or the extent to which something happens. It tells how much or in what degree. So let's see these examples here. As you can see, the adverbs of degree are extremely, quite, just, almost, very, to, and enough. So let's see here, extremely. The weather is extremely fresh. So the word or the adverb extremely here describes adjective fresh. Quite. The game is quite interesting. The adverb quite here describes adjective interesting. Number 3, just. For example, he was just leaving. The adverb just here describes verb living. And then almost. They have almost finished. So the adverb almost here describes the verb finished. Then let's look at very. She is reading very fast. So the adverb very here describes adverb fast. So adverb describes adverb. Next one, too. He is driving too slowly. Again, the adverb to here describes adverb slowly. Adverb describes adverb. And the last one, enough here. She is driving fast enough. What about this one? The adverb enough here describes adverb fast. Alright then, that's all about adverbs. Now, please open up your textbook. On page 17, you will see Use of English Part C number 1. We are going to practice deciding which adverb describes verb, adjective, or adverb. Now look at these 5 sentences and we're going to decide if each adverb is modifying or describing a verb, an adjective, or another adverb, or even a phrase. A phrase here is something new because it doesn't describe a verb, adjective, or another adverb. We'll get to it. A. But some of it is definitely missing, right? So the adverb here is definitely, and it describes the verb missing. B. It's really quite simple. As you can see here, there are 2 adverbs, really and quite, and an adjective, simple. So the adverb really describes adverb quite, and adverb quite describes adjective simple. 3. Spirit collection tour. What's that exactly? So what about this one? What do you think about this one? Well, the adverb here is exactly right. Well, as you can see, this one, it describes a phrase. Which phrase? The phrase spirit collection tour. So that's why it is asked, what is that exactly? So exactly here describes the phrase spirit collection tour, or that. D. Unfortunately, yes, quite a lot of the squid is missing. So as you can see here, there are two adverbs, unfortunately and quite. So yeah, there describes phrase a lot of the squid. So yeah. And then E, despite its size and weight, it can move incredibly fast. Okay, so what do you think about this one? As you can see there, the adverb is incredibly, right? And you can see fast here, which is also adverb. So incredibly describes fast. Adverb describes adverb. So yeah, that's the end of the practice from our textbook, page 17. Alright everyone, that's about adverb. Now we move on to skill in reading section. We're gonna learn skills in reading, skimming and scanning. But for now, please open up your book on page 19. You will see a text definition of living things. And also we also talk about the other text after that. Skimming and scanning are two very different strategies for speed reading. Skimming is used to quickly identify the main ideas of a text, and scanning is a technique you often use when searching for keywords or ideas. Alright, now let's look at the text definition of living things. You are provided 7 characteristics here, and you need to match each of the 7 characteristics to a suitable paragraph 1 until 7. Let's begin with the first paragraph. As you can see there, all living organisms need to take substances from their environment to gain energy, make new cells, and to stay healthy. So the idea here is actually substances for what? For gaining energy, new cells, and staying healthy. So if it is substance, it should be nutrition, right? The second paragraph. Organisms make new organisms, and all living things produce young. Well, as you can see that's obvious. Making new organisms. So it should be reproduction, right? And here are supporting ideas like birds lay eggs, dogs have puppies, humans have babies. What about the third paragraph? All living things move in one way or another. Living organisms also have internal movements, which means they can move substances from one part of their body to another. Okay, so this is the first sentence. Remember, the main idea is usually located in the first sentence. So we've got internal movement here, and also can move substances from one part of their body to another. So the characteristic is movement, right? Next one, the fourth paragraph. The first sentence, all living things exchange gases with their environment. So the main idea should be here, and the idea is exchanging gases. So it is close to which character? To respiration, right? So yeah, respiration. What about the fifth one? All living things must remove waste from their bodies. This process is called excretion. Oh, this is obvious. And the characteristic should be excretion. So we've got it. What about the sixth one? As you can see there, When living things feed, they gain energy, and then it is so obvious from the third sentence there. All organisms begin small and get larger by the growth of their cells and by adding new cells to their bodies. So you see, growth, right? Small and get larger. So what do you think about that one? Yeah, that's obvious. It should be growth, right? Well, the last one, living things react to changes around them, such as touch, light, heat, cold, and sound. And the next sentence, for example, if a stimulus causes you pain, you respond by moving away from that object. Remember, react and then respond. So that is sensitivity, right? Alright, now we move on to scanning. Here you are provided 8 words and you are going to scan for these words. You're going to search for these words in this text here. But remember, exact words won't be written there because they will be the synonym of them. So here we go. Alright, now that I have given you some time to read, quick reading, to search for these words in the text, right? Now, so let's see what you've got. And I'm just going to answer this because this is still practice, right? So the first one, amazing. Amazing is the synonym of breathtaking. Very large is the synonym of mass. Coming out is the synonym of emerging. In great danger is the synonym of endangered. Hide is the synonym of conceal. Incredible events is the synonym of phenomena. Destroyed is the synonym of damaged or wiped out. And the last one, animals killing for food, it is predators. Alright then, that's the end of the video for now. Hopefully you have understood well. If you have questions or things that you don't understand, you can ask me on Zoom meeting later. So see you there.